In a number of countries this year, there will be 3 electric cars. I'm not talking China, by the way. I'm talking Australia, New Zealand, and the UK that are all worth your time, maybe your money. We have pricing for 2 out of the 3. Well, in some ways, 3 out of the 3, but officially 2. MG finally released their pricing for the MG4 in Australia. Yes, I know you guys in the UK already are buying the MG4. In fact, it's one of the best-selling cars in Europe, EVs in Europe. The only high-selling Chinese EV in Europe, other than the Tesla vehicles, of course. But now we have the price in Australia. We can actually compare the price of the Ora Goodcat and the MG4. They're very closely priced. Very similar cars, very similar sizes. Which one should you get? Well, I'm going to tell you. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. My name's Sam Evans. I'm coming to you from Bangkok in Thailand. And yes, here in Thailand, I've seen numerous Ora Goodcats. By the way, that's the sub-electric car brand of Great Wall Motors. You can buy the Ora Goodcat now in a few different countries around the world. But yeah, like I said, I've seen them here everywhere. The MG4, they are, I believe, coming very soon. However, BYD have started selling the Dolphin or the EA1 here in Thailand. Price is incredible. It's priced at around 30,000 Australian dollars, or just over. I think it's about 31,000 Australian dollars, so around about 16,000 pounds. And that's, that's a bargain. We're looking at about 22,000 US dollars, maybe 23, around 23,000 US dollars. That is a car we don't have the price for yet in Australia. We don't have the price for yet really anywhere outside China. And it's a car that a lot of people want because it competes with these 2 cars. Now, when we finally get an official price on that car, which, yes, will be for sale in many markets this year, I'll update you with that news. Now, BYD are definitely looking to expand very quickly outside of China because of the crazy situation they're in China. BYD are in a very strategically challenging position here, which now I have to say, it's sort of like all their eggs are in one basket today at the moment. They are. I mean, more than 90% of EVs sold by BYD. In fact, more than 90% of cars sold by BYD are sold in China. That's a bit of a challenge. New video coming on that issue. So we've got 3 cars here. The EA1 Dolphin, the MG4, and the Ora Goodcat, all coming to compete for your dollars and for your time. And they're all worth considering. Would you buy, a gasoline-powered version of any of these cars? You'd be crazy to do so right now. That'd be like buying an old-school Nokia 3310 right when the iPhone has been released and the price is pretty similar. Why would you do that? Seriously. Here in Australia, the Ora Goodcat has, it's got its servicing price released recently, $99 per service. You guys in the US, that means it's about $68 US per service. For every service for the first, I think it's 3 to 5 years. That's an absolute bargain. This is what EV prices should be for servicing. This actually shows you how it should be. If your EV company is charging you more for servicing, it's a joke. It's a complete joke. And yeah, that's one thing they're just trying to gouge you on pricing, because the reason is they don't need to do anything. There's really nothing. They just got to have a check over your car. It doesn't take long to check over your car. The price of the Ora Goodcat here in Australia, base model, is $43,990. That's around about 31,000 US dollars. Price for the mid-range extended model, that comes with a bigger battery pack, 48,000 Australian dollars. Price of the extended range GT edition is 53,990, meaning it's more expensive than the long range version of the BYD Atto 3. Should you get that or the Atto 3? Definitely the Atto 3. It's not even a question. Should you buy the Ora base model versus the MG4? Well, that is definitely a question. Now, the base model Ora has a 310 kilometer range. The long range extended battery, 420 kilometers. Powertrain, 126 kilowatt. That's about 160 horsepower. 250 newton meters of torque. Base model battery pack, lithium ion. It's not a lithium ion phosphate battery pack. It's a nickel based chemistry. 48 kilowatt hour pack. Bigger pack is a 63 kilowatt hour pack, very, very similar to the MG4 specifications. The interesting thing is the MG4 version with the almost exactly same size battery pack, it's a 64 kilowatt hour pack, in other words, 1 kilowatt hour bigger, is exactly the same price in Australia, $47,990. 435 kilometers of range in the MG4 with that 63 kilowatt hour pack. And a similar range in the Ora Goodcat, 420 kilometers. I mean, a 15 kilometer difference. You know, in the real world, I don't think you're going to see any difference at all. Now, there will be a cheaper version of the MG4, I'm going to guess, here in Australia soon. We can compare that to the base models, but seeing as we don't have a price for that yet, we have to compare the extended range model. The extended range model is the model I definitely recommend you paying that little bit more, 10% extra more, to get a much, much bigger battery pack and a much longer range anyway. So what is the difference between the two cars? Well, both battery packs, very similar size, very similar battery chemistry as well. Neither of them are lithium iron phosphate batteries in these variants. Power in the MG4, it's got quite a bit more power. It is 150 kilowatts, so nearly 200 horsepower, and it can be charged at 135 kilowatt on a DC fast charger. Charging speed is very similar for the Ora Goodcat as well, so not much of a difference there really. But obviously power is significantly better for the MG4. What about the way they drive? Well, here's a good question for you. The MG4 is rear-wheel drive. The Ora Goodcat is front-wheel drive. Critics say the handling of the MG4 is phenomenal. I'm talking about everyone. I've looked at lots of reviews. Handling of the MG4 is considered to be one of the best electric cars ever made in terms of how it handles. Some of that comes down to the fact that it's rear-wheel drive. Extra bit of power, better handling. So far on this area, the MG4 is ahead. In terms of dimensions, they're very similarly sized. Both of them are around about 4.2 meters long. However, the MG4 has a boot that's about 20% bigger. So you get a bit more storage space in the MG4 boot. Plus, the MG4 seems to have the slightly better platform. It's an EV ground up design. It means the interior space is actually really good. The interior space looks a bit bigger in the MG4 than the Ora Goodcat. So far that's ahead. Styling, well, it's subjective. Personally, in the flesh, I've seen both of them, as in with my eyes. Ora Goodcats, I've seen a few of them around. I think the Ora Goodcat looks better. It does. In the photos, it looks a bit kind of bug-eyed, but in reality, in real life, they look really good. In reality, in real life, the MG4, not bad. It's probably not my favorite, but I think looks is subjective. That really comes down to your take though. So let me know in the comments, which one do you think looks better? Now, so far on servicing costs, MG4's servicing costs haven't officially been revealed, but it sounds like, I mean, most likely the MG4 servicing costs will be the same as other electric MG cars that are currently on sale. They're about double the price of the Ora Goodcat servicing costs. So a clear win for the Ora Goodcat with servicing costs there. Now, what about standard equipment? The MG4 comes standard with LED headlights, 18-inch alloy wheels, two-tone roof, twin rear spoilers. Not sure that's a feature, but anyhow, surround view camera, wireless phone charging, automatic climate control, MG Smart App connectivity, and rear parking sensors. Pretty much a wash there. Features are very, very similar. What about the interior style, interior look? The interior of both cars, in my opinion, looks fantastic. I love the simple, really minimalistic, but not too minimalistic design of both of them. That said, MG4 has a bigger digital screen. I think that's a bit more practical. You can see more stuff. Personally, I don't have the greatest eyes. I'm getting older. So being able to touch the buttons and see bigger buttons, I think that'd be a good thing and a good feature to have. Overall, in my opinion, the MG4 wins on interior style and probably interior functionality as well, just simply by having that much bigger screen. There's one really cool thing that the Great Wall Motors Ora Goodcat has that no other EV has that I know of. It comes with 5 years of free roadside assistance. So if you stuff up and you just, run out of battery charge, could happen, pretty unlikely, but could. Or if anything else happens, for 5 years, you don't have to worry about it. Just call the number, cost you nothing. That's a pretty cool thing to have for peace of mind. So I'm going to give that one to the Ora Goodcat. So here's my take. The pros of the Goodcat are the driveway price. The pricing it's good for this type of car. it kills anything from Volkswagen in terms of the Golf or Corolla or anything like that. The interior looks nice. The exterior looks nice. It's really a very nice looking car. It's very bit different. I think that makes it stand out from other cars. The back seat is spacious, but the back seat in the MG4 is also quite spacious from what I've seen as well. From sitting in the car, I felt like I had plenty of space in the back. Now, on the negative side, the boot on the Ora Goodcat is quite small. The range is a tiny bit smaller than the MG4. And when you think about that boot size, it is actually quite a difference. You're talking a 375 litre boot for the MG4. Ora Goodcat's boot is very, very small. It's about 240 litres. So that's quite a difference if you want to store stuff in the back. The other negative really is the power. I mean, the power it's not a big deal, but ultimately the driving experience does matter when you buy a car. Getting the front wheel drive with less power or the rear wheel drive with more power, well, I know what excites me more. And if I'm going to still get a little bit more range, even with that rear wheel drive car, that's the one I'm personally going to go with. So far, the international reviews for the Ora Goodcat have been good, positive. The international reviews for the MG4 have been mind-blowing. People are just saying it's the best car they've driven that year. It's really kind of almost too good to be true, but it is true. It's a great car. That's why it's selling so well. Right now, you can get an incentive. Most states around Australia to buy both cars. Either of them is a good choice. But for me, it would be the MG4. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.